Welcome to this week's Fowl Friday Tip of the Week, brought to you by HP Outdoors. Here's your hosts, Josh Palm and Dan Harushka.
Hey guys, it's Josh and Dan, and we're back with another Fowl Friday Tip of the Week. This week, we're going to talk to you about tips to help you be more confident when you approach that landowner and ask for hunting permission. Dan, why don't you get us started? Tell us a little bit about what you've used in the past to be successful getting permission.
You know, the first thing that comes to my mind is looking presentable. And I realize that most of the time when you're out scouting and you see birds, and the first thing you want to do is go and talk to the landowner. But that might not be, perfect time. You might have just got done hunting. You might have blood on your hands. You might, look really messy, face paint, whatnot. They don't know you. They're unsure. Make sure that you're looking presentable. And, something that goes in with sales, you are selling yourself. And if you look kind of scrubby and, not well kept, then you might not get the answer that you absolutely want. And speaking with sales, you need to do your research. And by research, I mean, know the name of the landowner, know their acreage, know their neighbors. And if you can go up and talk to them one-on-one, say, Mr. Wilson or Mr. Johnson, whatever it may be, that's gonna take you far, far further than just saying, hey, can I come and hunt here? And another tip I would say is pick the correct time. You don't want to go during dinner hours, and if it's a farmer, maybe the first thing in the morning isn't the perfect time. So, choose your time correctly. And even though most states do allow hunting on Sundays, a lot of landowners probably, it depends, but pick your time on Sundays, and it might not go, I would veer away from Sundays.
Yeah, I think those are all great points. Use your head when you're going to the house and things like that. And like you mentioned, being able to use a landowner's name is incredibly important. It immediately shows them that you've cared enough to at least learn what their name was and address them in a respectful manner. But for me, the number one tip I can offer about trying to obtain permission to hunt a landowner's property is to, one, expect them to say no, and two, have a plan in place to overcome the objection. Think about it when someone calls your house selling you something on the phone, or someone comes to your door to sell you something, and immediately you want to say no because you're bothered, you're put out, whatever it is. You just want to say no. You want it to go away and go back to whatever you were doing before they showed up. But the reality of it is, maybe that landowner doesn't really mind if you hunt the property. He's just saying no so that it goes away quickly. If you take the time to engage that landowner in a discussion and simply ask him, do you mind me asking what your concern is with me hunting your property? It might be something simple, and it might be something that you can easily overcome, address their fears, and, form a great relationship. A lot of landowners are concerned about the liability, of just having somebody on their property hunting. But there's also laws on the books that protect landowners in many states that as long as they're not charging you to hunt their land, there's no liability on their part. So they're covered by the law. If you're familiar with these laws and you find out that that's one of their concerns, you can easily address that, calm their concerns, and the next thing you know, you might have yourself a new hunting spot. So it's definitely worth taking the time to engage the homeowner or the landowner a little bit and find out what those concerns are before you turn and walk away and chalk it up to another loss. So hopefully you use these tips. If you're out scouting, season's picking up, don't be afraid, just be prepared. Go up to the door, ask for permission with confidence.
Looking for more waterfowl hunting tips and techniques? Visit hpoutdoors.com or subscribe to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast on iTunes.